Do we have like our own name intros now?
What you mean?
Do you know like the way,
Like Dan and...
do you know the way like Jordan is Uncle Jay or whatever, and they're just like,
No. No, I ain't doing that. No, I don't have like no, I'm the deepest voice. No, I don't have any of that. I'm just like, I'm me. I think that's us as well.
Okay.
But yeah.
fair enough then, fair enough. Yeah,
Let's run it.
we're back again
Come on.
on something new, on a new
Something
thing.
new.
Yo, welcome to the Culture Shop, where we're talking shop about culture, man.
Come on.
You know,
That's it.
a bit of movies, a bit of music,
That's it.
a bit of the culture, everything.
Everything.
Yeah, you may know us as Ronn Dan from Bar for Bar.
Yes, sir.
Bar for Bar is still alive. It's just under reconstruction.
Reconstruction.
But this is a whole new thing on the Culture Shop channel. So,
It's good to be here.
ain't it, man? Ain't
It's
it,
good
man?
to be here, man. There's been a lot that's happening.
Dude,
There's been a lot that's been happening.
what has the last 3 months been for you?
Bro, the last 3 months
Yeah.
has been... Yeah, I'd say it's been interesting. Like, I think, like, for what... You remember, like, I think actually comparing what 2023 was to the start of the first 3 months to what 2024 is,
Yeah.
2023 was a down year. Like, 2024 has been nothing but relentless. Like, in regards to the first 3 months, in regards to art, content, different things. That
Yeah.
have been, it's been purely, like, there's been something happening every single time. Where I felt like 2023 was a bit slower to get going, and then there was a few things that are happening even in music and culture and film and other things that got our attention later on.
Yeah.
But from the get-go, there's been everything in regards to, like, from film, music, conversations. Like, people have just been even also just bare on Twitter, like, chatting about different things. It just feels like there's a different energy about the year.
I think the pros are doing it.
Yeah.
The pros are doing it really well.
Yeah.
Like, if you like, I remember I was thinking to myself the other day, I was just like, for every week in terms of TV,
100.
I've had something that I've been excited or ready to watch.
Man.
You know, like I think like maybe the first few months in January there was nothing, but like you had Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Bro, that show, oh my days. I was so impressed because I remember when I heard it was announced and I was like, okay, this would be interesting. I like Donald Glover. I was like, okay, cool, let's see how it goes. But then I watched the 7 episodes straight and I was like, this is phenomenal.
Man, I paced them over the weekend. Like I do like 2 or 3 episodes in a row and then I come back, let it breathe and then watch the next few episodes.
No, it was very good.
I don't know. See, when it comes to binge watching and stuff like that, I feel like I've been burnt so many times. And like, you're finishing with what are you gonna do next?
Yeah, 100.
But we had Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Yeah.
We had there was something on every week. I can't remember what it was, but like after that, a few weeks later, we had the Vince Staples show.
Yeah, we did. Oh yeah. Oh, that was what a show.
Yeah.
What Vince.
On culture,
man.
Like
That's culture.
That's culture, man.
Yeah,
he was just like his finger on the needle. Is that what they say?
Yeah, finger on the pulse.
Finger on the
Proper
pulse.
finger on the pulse.
And he was just telling like a black story.
Literally. And even the way that he ended majority episodes of just like, what happened today? Oh, nothing much. Like, it was just it's such a real way and such a conversation that even with on Twitter, people are saying within the black community, that's such a relatable thing of even the maddest thing could happen in a day and you just come home and be like, yeah, nothing really happened.
Bro.
Like, it's just minor.
And that's what it is. Like I feel like that's my life all the time. Like,
Yeah.
And then when somebody asks you like what you do this week and you're like, I don't know.
I don't know.
But
Like,
you like shot 3 podcasts. You've recorded a few songs.
Yeah.
Filmed this, done
film
that.
this, done that. You're like, oh, it's minor.
Yeah.
You just sit home on the couch. You're like, oh yeah, I'm done. Like,
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
like, what? And then if you relate it back to someone and said everything you said, they'd be like, are you nuts? And you're like, it's just, it is what it is. It's life. Like,
my housemates don't understand my life.
yeah. My parents don't either. They're like, where are you going? I'm like, doing this. They're like, how? What? Where? And it's only when they see it like externally from someone else that they're like, that's Dan doing something like that, or that's Ron doing something like that. It's like, where did they? Because I'm just like, where you're going out and then you're doing it, and then it's only when other people see it and they're like, see like even like the short film that we're fishing off and clips of that, and they're like, when did you do this? And you're like, there's so many things that we've done. You always think with art and it's so interesting when you've done something ages ago, and then everyone else it's a fresh new thing for them. But you're like, you've moved past that for so long, and you're like on a new thing.
That's a nice thing there. That's something, especially when something you've done art or you created something some time ago, and then when you're working on it right now or you're about to put it out right now, I'm going through something like that where I feel like I'm a better creator now than I was 2 years ago. And I feel kind of like, oh, I want to kind of reshoot this or I want to re-edit this, but it's like, but like I have to kind of embrace the fact that that's where I was back then.
100%.
And where I am right now isn't where it was back then, and but also be able to give that out and put it out there.
It must be so weird for artists and even actors and people when people like they do a press run over a film that they did like 2 years ago, 3 years ago. Like it must be so weird of like you're actually probably 2 or 3 characters deep. Like obviously another film that we talked about, because actually even in the realm of film, there's been as much as there's been like there was one film that we're gonna talk about and everyone's gonna talk about because it's incredible, but there's been some duds in there that I'm just like, oh, they're terrible movies. Like Anyone But You, I went to see that with the missus, and that was like Sydney Sweeney and Glenn Powell.
Is that bad?
Bro, it's a terrible film. But I like Glenn Powell. Like I think he's actually he's a leading man. He'll probably be sexiest man alive. Like as in this year, do you know what I mean? Like he has that kind of his like build and physique, but also
I think that's gone to Austin Butler.
You think it's going to Austin?
He's like success wise, I think everything's just looking towards.
You think? Yeah, but I hear you. I do. He's
got the Apple TV show.
Yeah.
He's got Dune. He's got another big movie coming.
Yeah. I do Ray Austin. Ray Austin heavy. But like, so I watched that. That was a dud. I feel bad for Sydney Sweeney. She's been in a few duds recently. She's like been in that. She was in Madam Web, which was just peak. And
Can I ask this about Sydney Sweeney?
Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
I haven't really seen much of her.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. That's a good thing to say. That's a good thing to say.
Is she a good actress?
Do you know? So interesting. I've seen interviews of her and seen her talk about like the art form. So she actually really wanted to go into the realm of business.
Because she does a lot. She produces a lot.
Yeah. So she really actually so even when she was like about to kind of enter into like the next phase of her life, like she just finished high school, she was getting asked questions like, "Are you going to go into film school or going to go?" She was like, "No, I want to go into the business world." Because she wants to be able to read a 360 contract and know that I'm not getting swindled out of it if I actually get 20 million. Okay. So she's smart. She's an intelligent girl. I do think she's been. I think it's gonna take some time for her. I think what happened to Margot Robbie when she came out with like, what was that film? Obviously with Leonardo DiCaprio. How can I say? But The Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah.
And everyone just looked at Margot for Margot, like in the sense of her body image and not like that. But Margot actually is a really good actress. Yeah. Like Margot's actually like she can act. So I think for the minute of time, it's been very much just looked at for her as her body and her figure, because then things are like she's in a Euphoria. And even Anyone But You and other old films as well, as she was in like Voyagers and other things. But I actually think she does have chops. Okay. I think it's just it's gonna be like a Disney Channel thing of like it's gonna take some time for her to get the right role.
Fair.
And then when she gets the right role, I think actually everyone will be like, she's not just an actually really good looking girl.
Okay, because she's in this new movie.
She's in a horror film, coming out. Yeah.
Which is unfortunate because I can't do horror.
No, I can't do horror films either. Yeah, the Lord forgive me, I can't do it. I can't do it.
I need to sleep. I had the firm one last year on a date.
Oh really? Yeah. No, I can't do it.
I had the firm one.
No way, I can't do it.
I was literally watching with my hands in my face.
No, I can't do it. I can't do it. No.
And so we had all those duds.
Yeah, there was duds.
Avatar: The Last Airbender came out.
Is that good now? I've watched the original, obviously, as every person has who grew up with Life and Nickelodeon has watched it. But was the Netflix, because they're doing it in seasons, isn't it?
Yeah, like the actual.
Like the actual thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Renewed for 2 more seasons.
Fair play.
It's actually good. It's decent.
Cool. I'll check it.
Like just take it for what it is.
Yes. Yeah.
So I enjoyed it.
Fair.
And then it's just like you're getting there's like content. There's just film or TV
there's
shows.
so many things I still haven't seen. Like I haven't seen a Bob Marley film yet. I know some people have seen that. There's sort of things.
I can't do it. I don't do biopics.
Yeah, biopics. Fair.
See, Timmy's doing Bob Dylan.
He's doing the Bob Dylan one. He's already shooting. He's currently shooting it.
He's lost me.
Really?
He's lost me.
With Bob Dylan?
Yeah, I hate biopics.
Oh, really? Did you not watch Elvis?
I hated Elvis.
Really?
Elvis is shite.
Man!
Like Elvis. Tom Hanks was terrible.
Okay. Austin Butler was good.
Butler was grand.
I agree with you. Like the plot, even though we know the plot, the way the story was told was not great. But I do think the shining light of it was Austin. Yeah. I don't think Tom Hanks' character is probably my least favorite Tom Hanks performance I've ever seen.
It was unfortunate.
But it made me respect like Austin as an actor. Because he really, really dug into like actually portraying the role.
That was the first role from Austin that I saw that you're actually an actor.
Yeah, 100%.
But like I just don't like the only biopic I kind of like is.
Do you like
the Straight Outta Compton?
Oh yeah, fair. That's cool.
And I didn't even
That's
want to go
cool.
see that.
Yeah.
I wasn't forced in it, but like we all went to go see it, so I was like, okay, we'll see it.
Yeah.
But
Ice
like,
Cube's son,
I don't like what's Rocket Man, Freddie Mercury.
I didn't like Rocket Man. I did like Queen. I did like Queen, but I didn't like Rocket Man.
I just don't like these stories.
Do you think it's cheap?
Kind of. It's.
Because
I'd rather read the book on it.
I hear that. I think it is some level of cheapness, though. I think it lacks a sense of creativity that we're just going to take a famous person's life who could be very much tragic in some aspect or in some shape or form, and we'll tell it in a way that just maybe, I don't know, not even that. It lacks creativity at times. It seems easy.
Yeah, and it's also you're not gonna get the full story.
No, you'll never.
You'll get it from the side of the person who's producing it.
Yeah.
So like Dr. Dre's and straight out.
Or Elton John.
You're not gonna get the part where he smacks.
No,
you're not gonna get that. You're not gonna get that.
Yeah, no, you're not gonna get that.
No. So unfortunately, Timmy has lost me for now.
Yeah, but he had me though for as in the Lisan Agaib. The Lisan Agaib. Let's talk about the Lisan Agaib. That, oh my God. The knee is unbelievable. That's first off. The knee, he's unbelievable. Like, I haven't seen Arrival. I've heard about Arrival.
I've seen Sicario.
I haven't seen Sicario.
Probably his best.
Is it? Okay.
I've heard about Sicario. If you feel your intention for the whole thing.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
But like the level of, from even seeing him talk about the books, like this is a man, like he even says he grew up with it. Like he loves the Dune universe. It's like the equivalent of, it's like if J.K. Rowling could direct. It's like she would want, this is how Harry Potter is meant to be. Like it's not that everything in Harry, I've only seen some of the majority of those films, but it's like if the person who almost wrote it is like, this is what it needs to be. Like the intentionality of taking the first Dune part, splitting it, and then making it because it's split into 3 different parts within the book. And he did the first part as the first part of the book, and then the next 2 parts he did it as the second part of the book.
Yeah.
And then he's building on. He's already like, I'm ready to kind of do part 3 of Dune Messiah. Like the level of detail that the man has when it comes to this thing, he cares about the universe, which I think is brilliant. I think it's just phenomenal.
The fact, when they go to the Harkonnen, and the fireworks are ink blocks going.
Yeah, incredible. Yeah, Gady Prime looked stunning, and even Greg Fraser as man. He's there. The whole
your top 3 characters in order. Top 5. Let's do this.
In Dune.
Top 5.
Top 5. Okay.
Number 5. We'll go each.
Okay. Number 5.
Who you putting
in the whole part 1 and 2?
Part 1 and 2.
Okay. Number 5. I do like Leto. I do like his dad. I do like Oscar Isaac.
Yeah, I was only thinking.
No, I do like Oscar. I watched before I watched the first one. Before I watched the second one, I watched the first one again. I do like Oscar Isaac's portrayal. I just love him as Leto.
So you're putting him in the 5?
I put him at 5.
In my 5, I'm gonna put. In my 5, I'm gonna put Leto in there. I'm gonna put it just because he's been, for me, it's been Dune 2.
And I love that there's such an element of, because I was looking and reading on this. So, like obviously because they have the signet ring too.
Yeah.
So Leto puts his signet ring on his ring finger to actually, and it signifies like balance and leadership. But Paul put it on his main finger, this power finger, which they were saying it symbolizes like a sense of power and rule. It wasn't like being led by a democracy. It's being led by like an iron fist, like I'm like leading you the way.
Fair. Okay.
So I was like, reading to that, I was like, because it's the same ring, but it's being worn in a different place. Like he took this ring, Leto's was like here, like on the actual ring finger, and Paul's is like here. It's like on that ring finger, and it's like it actually symbolizes a 2 different thing. And I was like, that's real detail. I just was like, that's so interesting, because you see it when he puts it on, and you see. Josh Brolin's character. Yeah, that's the power. That's the power finger. And that was balanced. That was balanced. That's the married one. That's the balanced one. Which I thought, oh man, that's one thing I loved about this, is that it made me dive into, like, there's been so much talk about the universe and people have dived in, and even like people have been talking about what like was left out of the books and the spacing.
I'm gonna start the book soon. I don't want it to be my next book. I want to read it.
Yeah.
Because I know that's gonna be a long one to read.
It will be a long one to read.
But Number 4, I'll go first. I'll go for in my 4. I'm gonna put in Timmy.
Oh, really?
Put Timmy in my 4.
Okay, cool. Why is that? Why is Paul in your 4th?
I don't know. For me, I like going for the underdogs.
I hear that.
And Timmy's not really an underdog in this.
I hear that.
So he's like the main character.
I hear that.
But sometimes I don't know. I feel like with the main characters, they also kind of come off as a bit whiny.
Yeah. Do you know what's so interesting about Paul? Like Paul Muad'Dib Atreides is that they say that he's obviously it's a symbol of Frank Herbert wanting to be a symbol of that. It's not about a good. We talked about this. It's not about he's a hero or he's a villain. It's actually he's actually just a person who's in the right place at the right time. Like he actually is. He was a product of something that happened within his mom and his dad that shouldn't have happened because they should have had a daughter instead of a son.
Yeah.
And then it's actually the fact.
Which also I need to figure out how do they.
How do they do that? Yeah, that's been mad in itself. But it's the fact that he's just the right person there at the right time. He also is just a fact of his mom was a Bene Jesuit, so he was trained by like the best people of like the Mentats, the Bene Jesuits, literally the people that were part of the army.
We're going full nerd.
Like, bro, like it's the fact he's just a guy. Like, so I understand why you put him forward because Paul could be anybody.
Exactly.
Like Paul actually himself could be any of the man name. It's just he was just the right person there at the right time. He was just the right person who was trained by the best people that killed Jamis and like made the Fremen believe that this is the Lisan al-Gaib. And it's just like, so it's just so interesting.
Who are you putting in your 4?
4, I'd put Lady Jessica. I actually think she's the real conductor of everything.
Okay.
I think that actually she is like, because as a bench, like she's the one that's like, even like the moments where she's speaking to her daughter in the womb and she's like, we have to convince the people that he is and I'm like, she really is the one that's actually really, Paul is the puppet and she's really putting him in place of like, this is where, it's like a mom being like, you're not going to marry this girl, you're going to marry this girl. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? It's just pure like that, which is so interesting. So actually, I think that
Lady
so
Jessica
cynical.
in your 4.
Yeah.
Okay. In your 3?
3. I think 3 for me.
It's getting difficult now, man.
No, 3. Do you know who it is? It has to be the list. The man who says, "Listen, I gave himself."
Stilgar.
It's Stilgar, man.
In the 3.
I love Stilgar. I think Stilgar brings such comedic relief to the show, to the film. But I also just love of that he really just cares about his people. He cares about like he really believes in the prophecy, which is a scary thing because it's like one of those things of like it's the whole book's like it's a depiction of what religion can do. In terms of like religion can start wars. If you really believe something, you'll fight for something. Yeah. And it's like he's the epitome of those people in the South. Like he's the role model for them of like this is the person who's literally saying this is the person. He is the Lisan al-Gaib. He's the Kwisatz Haderach. He's gonna lead us to a paradise. And he really believes it. And through that, because he's the leader, everyone else follows.
And he's willing to give up his life for your man to take over.
It's crazy.
You have him in the 3.
Yeah, I have him in 3.
Okay, in my 3. I'm going to put in Chani.
Okay.
I'm putting Chani in the 3.
Okay. I feel Chani's been hard done by, though, in this film.
In what way?
In the sense of...
She kind of, like, she stood for a principle.
She stood for a principle.
She's the example of standing on business.
Yeah, she is the example.
Yeah, I mean, so, like, she didn't take none of the BS that Timmy was giving her.
I hear.
She has a reason. She's there for her Freeman. For the Fremen.
Yeah, she's here for her people.
She's a badass. She can fight.
Oh, yeah, the girl can.
You know when with the rocket launcher?
Yeah, with the rocket launcher. And then there's a scene even when it skipped to when they're about to take the Emperor's
and she does that.
She does that, bro. She's in full army kit and she does like.
But they always do that.
Oh, bro, it's so
like,
sick.
Did you ever hear this? Did you ever hear that? Whenever there's like a female fighter in an action movie or whatever, they always do that little roll thing with the leg.
Yes,
the Black Widow.
The Black Widow.
There we go.
Yeah, there you go. That's okay. So,
but she's in my 3.
She's in your 3.
In my 2, it's going to Stilgar.
Okay.
Because of how you've explained it.
Stilgar's amazing.
Who's in your 2?
Do you know who's in the 2? I just think.
You know what? I'm taking. Everything's coming down one. I'm getting rid of Leto.
Okay.
I'm getting rid of Leto.
Who are you putting in for 5 then?
So, no.
It's coming down.
Just coming down.
You're taking Leto out.
Yeah.
Who are you putting in?
So, in my 2, it's going to be the Baron.
Yeah. That's my two.
It's the Baron.
That's my two. I just think he's to me, it's the Emperor is not evil. The Baron is. Like the Baron is I'm not afraid of the Emperor. I'm afraid of the Baron. I am afraid of the man.
When there's women in a room with him, I'm afraid for them.
Oh my days. And when he's in like even to see a man like Dave Bautista shiver in his boots to come against the Baron for me is anytime he was on screen, I was just either I was intimidated or I was in awe, and I was like,
oh man,
and I was just like this man is.
Because I didn't really care much for him in the first one, but in the second one, Stellan Skarsgård, come on, my guy, he did amazing.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming we have
Yeah. And I do like Paul. I actually do like Paul. I didn't put Paul even in my top 5, to be honest, because I do like him, but maybe actually, you know what? No, actually, I'll take Leto out and I'll put Paul at 5. Paul's my 5. I think because I do like Paul. I do, and I actually in the first film I do really love the exchanges that they have. Like one thing I always love is
that's nice, but that's in the first film.
Yeah,
you know.
But in the second film, I rate how he's galvanized the people, and even the moments where he's literally telling people like, I know like this thing about your life and this thing about your life, and then he just literally
it had me believing in
yeah. Like I do rate Timmy's performance. I think it's phenomenal. But we have the giant one. Come on. We have the giant one.
What's your favorite part what's your favorite part that Fade Rotha did?
Bro.
Our boy Austin Butler.
Bro.
What's your favorite part?
For me, it's that fight in Gedi Prime. For me, that for me, just the showmanship, the element. Not even that. Actually, that's not even my favorite bit. My favorite bit actually is probably the introduction to him.
The introduction where he's
bro, the man is sadistic. Yeah. He's there, kid. He's like, do you want some fresh meat, my darlings? And he just, oh my god, just round of applause for Austin Butler. Just round of applause.
For me,
unbelievable performance.
For me, like it's not even him fighting.
No.
For me, it's just when he says words.
Yes. It's when he speaks, bro.
There's he's also he's like snappy or something, or very rich.
Oh man.
Satire, sarcastic. Yeah. Do you know when your one burns down or kills 9 of his men?
Yes. He's like, you killed 9 with that blade.
He says a one-liner there. It's like, I don't care. I'm gonna just kill you anyway.
Yeah.
He said something real nice there. But my favorite line is when he mocks him at the final fight. Yes. Made I knife chip and shatter.
Knife chip and shatter.
And he's trying to hold in the laugh. I'm like, come on.
And then did you even see them because this just showed how much charisma and how much poise this man had when Paul uses the voice on the lady Jesuit on her, and he uses the voice, and he's like, oh.
Yeah.
He's just like, oh,
okay.
He's like enthralled. He's like attracted by it. He's like, that's a cool trick. And then when he's there mocking him, being like, is that the pet?
Bro.
Oh, bro. Do you know how mad you'd be if a man's there talking to you about your girl, being like, is that the pet? It's like, do I need special attention for the pet? It's like, that's crazy. It's crazy.
He was on the next level thing.
It's crazy.
With that being said, I've been saying this for time. Timmy.
Mm-hmm.
What's his name? Paul Atreides?
Yeah, Paul Muad'Dib Atreides.
I believe he's been listening to a lot of Future. Fam. How can you look at your babes and tell her,
I love you as long as I breathe.
As long as I breathe. You turn your head around.
I'll marry your daughter, innit?
As you say that to the girl.
Yeah,
you look back as Zendaya.
Crazy.
Nah, fam.
It'll be interesting how they depict that in the third film, because apparently he doesn't lay with Princess Erlon at all. It's literally it's a contractual marriage, but it's still the fact he just said that too. Fam. Killed your man and then says, I'll take your daughter.
My man was listening to Dirty Sprite 2 as what he was doing.
But I rate how he made the Emperor kneel though. Yeah. Stands on. I rated that. I was like,
honorable shout out to Princess Erlon.
Yeah. Florence Pugh, man. Yeah. She bounced back after Oppenheimer, man. She bounced. Bro, I'll never forget. We went to watch Oppenheimer. I was like, I just feel like this girl's been shafted. But she did well in the role.
She just wanted to be there, to be honest.
Bro, yeah, even in the Oscars, because I watched the Oscars after that, and she walked up with them. She's just like, people know. I'm like, girl, you deserve the more in that role.
She's next up though.
She is. No, she's cold.
But that being said, I think it's time we gotta address this now.
Oh man.
Drake v Future.
Oh
v
man.
Kendrick Lamar.
Oh man.
With J. Cole there.
Man, did you see the clip that got on Twitter of J. Cole in the studio with Metro?
Yeah, bro. It really be like that, man. It really be like that.
Oh my god.
Damn.
Bro.
How can you go to that studio? Sit there.
Oh.
And you have that in the vault ready to come out in a few days?
That's crazy. It's actually crazy. It's
Man,
actually
put
crazy.
that in his Might Delete Later Volume 2.
Oh my days.
No.
You'd feel violated. I wonder what... Did you see? We did see Drake's like little outburst on stage.
Okay. From what I'm hearing in the streets, right, is that apparently he does this at the end of every show. Okay. So I don't know, but I'm just saying, just put in your reps.
Yeah, no, I just don't. I don't know. We've seen it within the history of Drake that when it is somebody who's of a competent, if not better level than him, he won't stand up to the challenge.
He becomes the most polite Canadian.
The most polite Canadian. Shout out to Dave Smith. He becomes the most polite Canadian in the world.
But let's entertain the thought of this, right?
Oh man.
Say he was to pick up his pen.
Right.
On his own.
Right.
Nobody picks up the pen but him.
Yes.
You get me?
Mm-hmm.
40 brings up a little B. Can he do it?
No.
You really don't think he can do it?
I don't think so. I think, and I agree with what's being said on the TL and what other people have in chat. I think that what Kendrick did and what Kendrick sent out was just this. It was bait. It was bait to see if they respond.
But you have to.
And I think they do have to.
Yeah.
But I think Kendrick is actually anticipating that they respond. If like, I don't think you send out direct shots like that with full confidence if you do not know you have skeletons of those people in your locker that you're ready to pull out. I just don't think so. I think Kendrick is actually out for it. He's on crud. I think he's on crud.
And we need it. But
100 a game.
Okay, but are you saying Drake is not gonna drop us off?
I also don't. There's also an element of where, for me anyway, I think if you
let me just check Twitter right now, just in case you drop something while we've been away.
Honestly, while we're even on there, but
my phone's not here.
No, I can check even. So I'll check even. But like, even I think one thing in regards to, I also think Kendrick also even in the last in Mr. Morale, the Big Steppers, Kendrick told on himself.
Yeah.
Like, there's no. What else would you say about Kendrick? Kendrick's really actually kind of squeaky clean.
That's what I'm saying about J. Cole.
I think Cole is also squeaky clean. So I think if it's Cole and Kendrick, it's just going about who's better. It's not actually going to be that entertaining. Like, it'll be entertaining, but I would rather, just for the pettiness and for even the skeletons that is in Drake's locker, and that's in Drake's, like, in his own space, and for what Kendrick, I think Kendrick has been sneak dissing and addressing this man subliminally for years, that I'm like, oh, I'd love to see that too.
But what if Drake and like, the skeletons are here, and he comes out and still goes?
Then Drake has every right to then step up and be like, I'm the best in the game. Because I think if he does come at this person and he comes at it with full throttle, and it's like a thing of like he sons him somehow, he sons Kendrick Lamar, and he's best friends with J. Cole. Yeah. There's no, how can you argue that he's not? He's literally the big three. He's literally sonned them.
Yeah, but you know what? Well, my prediction: J. Cole gonna come out. Just gonna do a little bravado, do a little Bablo verse, something like that, little Yachty verse.
Yeah. Like the recipe.
Yeah, and just I want it on a beat kind of similar to like the one from Might Delete Later Volume 1.
His volume. Yeah. It is also. I do agree with what people have been saying. It is an interesting thing that you attack. I don't think it's a real serious attack on J. Cole heavily. I think it's more aimed on Kendrick, but it's more aimed on Drake. Yeah. But I do think it is a very brave thing to do to attack J. Cole now when he's in full album mode. He's in full go mode. He's like someone said, what was it? It's like he's cycling to the studio. Like he's on pedal like to the metal wheelie, and he's like on a wheelie thing. But like it is interesting that you picked this moment now to like let's go. And that's big up on Kendrick.
You know what? Now is the time.
It is time.
They talked about first person shooter. He talked there. Yeah. he decided to go on tour with Drake.
With Drake, yeah, it's interesting.
When's not a better time to talk about
I know, yeah, it is, and it is interesting how out of the three of them, it's always just been like Cole and Cole and Drake have always adamantly, openly been cool with one another. And it's like, oh, the rollie that Drizzy got me, or they've been in the car together and they've hung out together. It's been weird that Kendrick has just not been a part of that. Yeah. And it's been, and it just is. There's something where it's like, it's just interesting.
But I also think Kendrick kind of distanced himself.
Yeah, he distanced himself.
Like Cole offered at the olive branch.
Yeah, and he just said
did nothing.
Man did nothing. He just said no.
But man, what do you think about the boys like all picking sides?
Man, Future, Nav, they've all, even Rick Ross. I'm even thinking now, I'm like, we will never have a lemon pepper freestyle again. We'll never have like a time to be alive again. Like I've actually, some part of my heart's actually been broken.
There's a whole bunch. We're not gonna get a Drake and Weekend no more.
Bro, it's like, it's actually a bit sad. It's like that's gonna be a whole period of life that if I listen to this, it's now there's an asterisk with it. It's like an element of, oh, that was a period of time when these were all cool.
I think we've no more Drake and Travis Scott.
That's crazy. Yeah, because where's Travis in all this?
Yeah.
That's an interesting, like that. But then did you not see him on stage?
Yeah, Travis.
Travis was like, play that one.
I think Travis has picked a side.
That's mad.
Well, which side are you picking?
That's it. Do you know what? I just think if everybody removes themselves from somebody,
yeah,
there's something fishy about the person.
So you're thinking there's something fishy about Drake?
I think there's something fishy that these man them know. I don't think it's just based upon Future being like, oh, it's based over a girl. I think there's something deeper and it's fishy. It has, for every of these man them to be like, we are gonna completely unassociate ourselves with this person all collectively at the same time. It can't just be over that one guy got the same girl, one girl had the same girl that we had, and that's how it's over. Even though that is implied within one of the opening tracks within We Don't Trust You. I just think...
So you're telling me Drake is the problem?
I think Drake's the problem. I don't think the rest of those boys are the problem. I think... why would they all collectively... It's almost like they all had a group chat and they all just text in, listen, boys, cool, everyone just dip. It's just like, there's something fishy. Whenever you've seen that, these things have happened even in real life, like with known people. When everyone has removed themselves from someone who's done something, it's the person that's done something. It's never like the group of...
I'm sounding like a Drake apologist.
What do you think? Do you think Drake's innocent in this?
No, I'm not saying that. But is there no sense of jealousy?
Oh, I think maybe so in that aspect as well. But I do think, what would they be jealous of Drake over? Just what Drake, just his success?
The success, the Grammys, and all that type of stuff.
But they've contributed. They've also contributed and also helped and gained from his success.
Well, I'm just being devil's advocate.
I hear you.
For me, I'm a Jermaine man.
I hear you. I just think
Jermaine Cole has. I trust his instinct.
His instinct as well.
So there must be a reason why he's there. Aside from Light Skin Alliance.
There must also be a reason why he's there, to be fair. That's true.
It's going to be interesting. We need something this week.
We did.
Like, if by the time we're back in next week and there's still nothing.
No, this is
ridiculous.
But bro, the longer that this lingers and no one responds, the longer it's going to just keep going. If there's a gap, it's like everyone's waiting. Because literally, there's been hecklers literally at Drake anytime he leaves a hotel, anytime anywhere. It's like, are you going to respond?
But is there something about taking the high road?
Not in the rap game. Not in the rap game. No, there is no like you. A man is shot for you. Literally said, "Oh, for all the dogs getting buried, there's a cave, all those lions. There's a pet cemetery. There is no. You have to respond, my boy. You have to. 100.
Dude,
you. If some like this. Is this deeper than what we had between him and Pusha, or is Pusha deeper? I know obviously because there's a child involved.
It seems later on. It's all steps from pillow talking.
It starts with pillow talking, to be fair. Yeah. But I think if something like that, where Duppy Freestyle came about, and it was also for what was the album that Pusha shot on him first? It was one of the
Daytona.
It was Daytona. So it was Daytona, then Duppy Freestyle, and then obviously the one where it was the black mat, the blackface thing. If that was the thing, do you not think? I think Drake. I think he will respond. I think it's gonna be one of those things. It will be an L if he doesn't. It will be an L if he doesn't.
Cause like I think, he didn't. Did you respond to Drake to push it?
100%. Yeah, he did.
Who else did he not respond? He didn't respond to somebody.
You responded to him, but like even Mick Mill shot from responded to me.
He lost to Pusha. He won against
me.
I think the win against Meek doesn't mean that much.
No. Meek was
I
down
think-
and out.
I think that's like Villa playing like.
Bro, he even doubled down
Newcastle.
with Meek. He was like,
You get me?
there was charged up and then he went back to back. Like he didn't need to. He killed him. He was already dead.
Right now, we're City versus Madrid.
100%.
And can
This
you-
is Jude Bellingham
Yeah.
versus like literally Kevin De Bruyne.
We need to see it.
Yeah, it has to happen.
So all these man talking about, oh, he did it with Meek. It's a
Meek,
different
Meek,
league.
that was Charles'
It's a
play.
different
That
league.
was Charles' play.
That's Monday Night Football in the
Literally.
Premiership.
No, that's literally Charles' play.
No. We're
No,
right now we're in the Champions
He
League.
has to respond. He has to respond. So definitely that's 100. Anyway, on a lighter note, JT brought out an album. Justin Timberlake, the man that will be played at my wedding. Do you know what? Also, I had a conversation.
Yeah?
My girl loves Yeah. We've had a conversation about it. My girl loves Yeah by Usher. The song is one of the worst songs by Usher ever. And she was like, it has to be played at every wedding. I'm like, no, it doesn't.
Get that out.
I was like, get that out. That is the worst song by Usher's ever made. I don't. It's so
Infuriates
generic.
me right now. It's just that we're talking.
Yeah, I know.
Given it the time of day.
Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah is. You're uncultured if you like.
Oh
Yeah.
man, it's bad. It's just a bad song.
No. I don't mean that like that. That's I'm
No,
just
it's
saying.
just a
I'm
bad
just saying.
song.
There
It's a
are
bad
way
song.
better Usher
Yeah,
songs.
that's to be played at a function.
There are way better club Usher songs than
100%. There's so
in the
many.
club with my homies.
Literally, no.
Nah.
No, I take my boo every time.
Yeah,
Like, take
yeah,
the-
get that out of here.
get that out of here. But anyways, to a man who also has great songs be played at a function, Justin
Justin
Timberlake.
Timberlake. Okay, tell
What
me.
up, guy.
We're gonna talk about the. Oh, you haven't seen the Tony Days.
No, but you can talk. Speak on. I've seen clips of it. I've seen clips. I need to watch the full
What do you
thing.
think? What everything? What's it called? Everything I was. I am.
Yes,
Okay. What do you think about it?
bro. I think when I
No,
saw.
bro, don't just say. Do you like it or not like it?
No, I do. I think I was surprised.
You do like it or you don't?
I
like
do like it. I was surprised because when I heard Selfish, I was like, eesh. And I said this to you, I was like, eesh. But I can see that Selfish is really just a filler. It's a filler within the whole track list of the album. It really is compared to the other songs in the album. But also I did say, we even mentioned it off camera, he was a lot more explicit in this one. He just let loose. He was like, I'm saying F-bombs, I'm saying this, I'm talking
Which
about...
he can,
Which he can, because
he's a 40-year-old man.
He's a 40-year-old man. He
You know-
loves his wife. He's talking about just like sleeping, he's just being honest. Which I'm like, I actually rated that heavy. He wasn't trying to be something he's not.
Okay, for me, I'm not a big fan of this album
Why?
because I don't like that kind of disco sound.
Okay, fair.
I also felt cheated.
Oh really? What do you think you were gonna get?
They're telling me Timbaland and Pharrell are coming back together.
No.
They were telling me this.
Who was telling you this?
People on the internet.
So they like you. They like you.
They were telling me they linked up again.
Oh, nah.
And I'm getting these producers that actually did a great job, I think, when I say this objectively.
Yes, yeah.
But it sounded like they were kind of copying that sound.
That sound, yes. It was like people who were like, this is a type beat.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
And it just proves to me that, like, there's something special about Timbaland.
No, 100%.
There's something special about Pharrell.
100%.
You know when you get the real thing.
100%.
You know?
Yeah, and I think that it's definitely an asterisk. Not an asterisk. I think it's definitely a thing of when you think of JT, you think of those two names. Like that's just true.
Because I was anticipating this out for a long time. I was waiting for it.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we were supposed to get it last year, I believe. And then we didn't get it to this year. So, man, for the last few years, I've been thinking, we're getting that Justin Timberlake and Timbaland.
Yeah.
Selfish comes out. Kind of sounds like it. I like Selfish.
I don't like
I
Selfish.
prefer the acoustic version, which is amazing.
Oh, okay, for having listened to
Go
that.
watch the Tiny Desk concert and you'll see.
Yeah.
But man, I think it might be one of those where I just have to re-listen. But man, to me, it's nowhere near.
No, it'll never be. But it's better than Man in the Woods.
I don't know, man. I might need to go back and listen to Man in the Woods.
Yeah, fair.
Because that Chris Stapleton song is amazing.
It is, yeah, no, Say Something's a good
I
track.
don't think there's a better song than Say Something on that album.
Oh no, I'd rather listen to Drown than listen to Say Something. Oh no, maybe. But Drown is just I one of the things that I liked about the album is just it really showcased his vocal ability.
Fair.
And I as someone who's just loves like actual vocals, I was like, I actually really rated that he sang. Like he proper just went into I'm a boy from Memphis, opened up with a track of Memphis, and he's like, I'm just gonna sing like I'm back. Even like he was kind of cool that he brought NSYNC back for a track. It wasn't a great track, but it was cool. Like he's just trying different things, and it was just like that. But I really liked how he sang. I liked how he sang. I like some of the songs. Are they the best? No, but I like his performance in a lot of
How
them.
many stars out of 5?
Oh, I'd say I'll give it a 3. I'd give it a 3 out of 5.
I'm
Give it 3
I'm
out of 5.
at a 2.5.
You're at 2.5. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
I'm
That's
at
fair.
2.5 stars for
That's fair.
the latest JT album.
No, that's fair.
So man, you have Twitter there.
I do, yeah.
Can you just see one of my last tweets
Okay, here we go.
from yesterday?
I will do indeed.
You know, just
Are we gonna talk about I'm a piano, Harry?
okay. I'm not talking about. Okay.
Listen, if anyone's from Africa, we love you. Caleb, we
love-
love you.
we
Let's
love
just
South
PSA.
It's all lekker. It's all lekker.
It's all lekker.
That's all I'll say. I'm a piano.
Oh man.
Great genre.
Great genre.
Great genre.
Brilliant genre.
But man, you gotta land it somehow.
It's the same place.
How could we be here?
Keep going the whole time.
For 40 minutes. For 40 minutes we're here.
40 minutes. And listen, your songs, is the dun, for a good minute and a half, there's no melody, no nothing. It's just the drums.
Man, them were adding melodies I didn't know where they came from.
And it's in there.
I was like, where'd you pull that from?
Oh man, I'm a piano. It's house music for African people. It is.
And it's good.
And it's
I
good.
I just think like, just give me a bridge.
Yeah, give me a bridge.
Give me a bit of variation. Yeah. If you're gonna tease me, drop it.
Drop
it. You know.
Yeah. Maybe it was just no. I was gonna say something. Never mind.
But no. I actually do like. I do like I'm a piano. I think I prefer Quam. Is that
Yes.
that kind of that sound that I like that one. But okay.
What was your tweet? Go over.
Yeah, here. So Elsie, not Elsie. What's her
Ellis or Elsie? Yeah, Elsie, not Ellis.
Okay.
Yeah, Elsie, not Ellis. Yeah.
She had a nice tweet there saying, allowing an audience to dictate content is a very slippery slope.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, it's a very good point.
That's like that one.
Let me read that again.
Read that one more time.
Allowing an audience to dictate your content is a very slippery slope. That's a very profound statement.
I think that's something I've been kind of trying to grapple. I've been grappling with it for the last maybe 6 months.
Okay.
And for the last 3 months, I've been trying to figure out how to figure it out.
Yeah.
Or I've been trying to figure out how to articulate it. And then I saw that tweet yesterday, and I was like, "This is it."
Yeah. Wow.
You get me? Because I don't know, as an artist, as a creator, as somebody who works in this field or whatever, you're trying to balance doing what you want to do, but also giving the audience something that they would like.
Yeah. But someone said, I remember there's a profound statement where someone says the audience don't know what they like until you give it to them. So it's like also an element of you creating something that you feel like there is somebody who will feel the same way that I feel about this certain piece of art, and they will connect with. I think it is a slippery slope of where you are currently just creating content that you know will really much appeal to the general consensus of people, but it really isn't something that you inherently want to make.
Yeah.
That's the problem. I think that's always the issue of where it's like, and you hear people who like literally within art or within film or within music in general, they'll be like, they make something and then they even say themselves like they don't like what they make.
Skillboy Q said that with his last album, but he said he doesn't want to talk badly about that album anymore.
That's crazy.
But like, I've always found that like the art, so when it comes to art, right, it's like, I want to make art.
Yeah.
There's something like, because I've been thinking like, is content art?
Yeah, we had a conversation about this. This was such an interesting thing. Can you dissect and even just kind of explain how there's currently a sense of there are people who are creating content and people that are creating art, and people think those things are simultaneous, and I don't think they really are, because I think content to a certain extent is actually being made things that are it's to appeal to a certain kind of ideal or even to a certain kind of thing of this I know will get people talking.
Yeah.
Where art is something that I will create, and it's something that you almost create inherently for yourself. But then when you put out to the world, it's actually a beautiful thing where someone else connects with it.
But also, is an art supposed to get people talking? It's supposed to invoke emotion?
I do think it's supposed to invoke emotion. I do think so, but I think there's just an element of with even certain content creators, you can see that there's an element of it's the drama that is being called as content, and it's like, oh, how do we create controversy to make it as content that people are talking as possible? That's just certain field that certain people will be in. But I think there's a certain beautiful thing of when we talk even about certain things of like certain albums or even films that we've seen, and you see everybody, Kendrick's diss recently. Kendrick's diss was one of those things of the verse was actually very good, and it was a very good verse that everyone just sat back and was like, yes, obviously there's a wow factor of who he called out, but it was also a thing of there's a person who's at play, and everybody was dissecting the bars. Like everybody literally took time to be able to say, what does this triple entendre mean? What does this kind of thing, like what does this other aspect of this verse mean? And it was everybody collectively was like, this is a brilliant piece of art. Hold
on. But let me stop you right there. Say that verse wasn't on a Metro beat,
right?
On a Metro and Future album, but on a jazzy beat, would it have the same effect?
That's an interesting thing. You could argue no, because there's also an element of it's the collective of it's Future, Metro, and Kendrick that all are coming out here being like, we don't like this guy. I mean, that's why we're saying this. But I do think, and it's been also known with just Kendrick of that he is one of those people who will lyrically just create pieces of art that people will actually go and dissect. He's won a Pulitzer Prize for the reason of it.
Does that mean, like, if we look at it subjectively, if you look at it from a top-down level, something simple, do we care that he's won a Pulitzer Prize?
I'd say we do. I think that's what we hold him in high regard. I think I do.
You do.
Do you think the general consensus people do? Probably not.
But see, so now this is where my whole thing with between content, art, creativity, whatever.
Yeah.
Sometimes it feels like, oh, this piece of art right here, this piece of content is amazing. There's a bit of depth to it, but it's not getting the love it gets.
Yeah.
But then this other piece of content right here, which isn't evergreen.
Yeah.
We won't be talking about it in a year's time. In 2 weeks' time or whatever.
Yeah.
But this is where we're at on the timeline.
Yes, right now. Yeah.
So how does one balance that? And how does one because like that's something that I've been going through myself, is that like, I don't want to make that type of content. I want to make, for
art.
me, I want to make art. But I also don't want to be, the boys will call me hipster, but I also don't want to be elitist in the same, you know. I just like art. I just like creativity. I just like doing something with a bit more thought. But like, I can do something like that, and that won't get as much views or likes as this piece of art right here, or as this content, or like, I do a quick funny video, maybe something, a quick little freestyle dance or whatever, that will get more of a reaction than something that I've planned out more.
Yeah, I don't think there's any right or wrong answer. I think it's hard. I think it's one of those things of, because it also comes back to the people that sometimes make a career out of these things are people who just actually, they didn't even plan to. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? It's like the people that were like, they just created stuff for the sake of because they loved it, and they created what they wanted, and then soon enough there was a certain demographic of people that came and actually really liked it, but then they fall into the trap where we see it happens of people, you're like, now you have an audience that you need to please. Yeah. And you've changed how you create because of the audience now.
That's where I was at for a long period of time.
It's tough.
For 2023, I was like, okay, this is the audience that's here, and this is what they're looking for. Yeah, it's tough. But I don't want to make that type of stuff.
Yeah, you don't want to make that type of stuff.
But I want to make stuff and share it.
Yeah. Because it's tough.
It's an album. It's an album. Something to think about.
Oh, 100%.
Oh, man. This has been the Culture Shop.
It's been.
How are you feeling about that?
I'm good, man. That's a really good conversation. That's interesting. I think we're all trying to balance how do we create for ourselves, but also create something that people enjoy. But more so, the best thing to just create for yourself, create what you love.
You know what I want to do? I also want to open up a mailbag, right? So let open up to the people.
Oh, 100, yeah.
If you got any questions or things you want to ask us, and we just discuss it on air,
that'd be sick.
Or like, what you think about this?
Send us a tweet.
Send us a tweet. Email us at thecultureshopdigital@gmail.com.
Yeah, 100.
DM us directly. And that's it. No.
Whoa.
One more time.
What's the last thing?
Do you like X-Men?
Of course.
Top 3 X-Men.
Ooh. Not in order. I'm not doing order. Not in order. Cyclops.
Come on! I'm here for the Cyclops revolution.
Man. I love Scott.
My guy,
Cyclops is a leader. Cyclops. I think I'm also a guy. I just like leaders. Like I like Cyclops. I like Leonardo.
I'm gonna scrap this top 3 X-Men. Top 3 leaders.
Oh no, I can't do that. That's incredible. Fictional leaders.
Oh. I've got mine ready.
Oh, fiction. Okay, Cyclops is in there. Captain America is in there.
Captain America.
I think Steve Rogers is a great leader, man. Fair. And I think I put this is really off the cover, but yeah, I did say I do like Leonardo from TNT.
Come on,
I love him, man.
bro.
I love him, man.
We were sharing two.
Who do you got?
I've Cyclops.
Okay,
I think because like X-Men's been my thing since I was a kid. I loved like he was like Professor X's boy,
but
like,
his boy,
his eldest kid.
Yeah,
you get me?
yeah.
I've always related to that. Leonardo as well has been the
Leo,
same
man.
to Master Splinter.
Yes,
he's the one talking to the boys, you know.
love Leo, man.
But sometimes the boys won't listen to him.
Yeah,
you
I
know,
hear.
having to manage that.
Yeah.
Number 3, Tommy Pickles.
Oh,
Tommy Pickles from Rugrats.
very good, actually. That's
Underrated
really
leader.
good. Yeah,
He will find a way.
When
there seems to be no way.
I hear.
A baby's gotta do what a baby's gotta do.
Yeah, that's
Tommy
a great
Pickles, man.
pick. Shout out to
Tommy
Tommy
Pickles.
Pickles, man. That's sick.
But yo,
That's a great question.
hey,
That's a great question.
who are your top 3 fictional
Who are your
leaders?
top 3 fictional leaders? That's a phenomenal question.
Hey.
Oh, that says so much about a person as well. It says so much about a person.
All right, this has been the Culture Shop. We'll see you next time.
All right, bless.